Hey man, I don't know where you got this beat from, but every time I hear this mother, I want to freestyle.
Hey, it slapped on it. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking with your boy. Shout out to Mickey in the trap. You already know where you at. You know what I'm saying? We coming to give y'all some content for the second time today. You know, landlord working. I got HTM in the building. Holla at the people, sir.
Hey y'all, man, it's your boy Henny the Moore over here at HTM Sports, man. I just want to give a shout out to my brother landlord for inviting me over to the trap.
Yes,
Sipping
sir.
Henny in the trap, man. This fine afternoon, this evening.
Yes,
so, hey,
sir.
man, we're going to give you that good raw cowboy content, man. Just tap in.
Absolutely, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. Make sure y'all go support HTM. You know, that's family right there. We in the building. Let's get it. Hey, hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Hey, I like this smooth beat too, Hen. It make me feel like I'm drinking brown liquor. You understand? Let's go. That smooth talk. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor over there on Facebook. Let's get it. Alright. You know what we made them eagle turd birds do. What we make them do, Hen? We make them hate. That's what we make them do. Yeah. We make them hate. Make sure y'all hit that like and share. Let's go. Let's go.
I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day.
Hey.
Ain't no looking back, came a long way.
Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey.
That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey. And we just getting K and they just in the way.
Let's go.
That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting K
And they just in the way. Hey.
Landlord is showing how to ball, boy. You ain't even on the team, you just a ball, boy.
I'm real hot.
Used to rock knockout.
Shout out to everybody rocking with your boy. We in the building. We got C. Burleson, J. Word. Alright, let's go and crank this thing on. Run them credits. Shout out to NFZ, Double I in the building, J. Word. Make sure y'all hit that like and share, man. Let's get this trap around the corner for a second. We got HTM rocking with us. Let's go.
Hey, shout out to NFZ over here tapping in with the man at HTM Sports. I appreciate it.
Samuel Rowe over there tweaking. That boy said, let's be nice to the Eagles. What you drinking on over there, Samuel Rowe? Where's Samuel Rowe over there drinking on? Talking about being nice to the Sheagles. You chill.
Never did.
You still my guy though. We gonna let you ride on that one. But what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know what's happening, man. We got HTM in the building, man. Holla at your people, Mr. HTM.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. Like I already shouted out. You know, folks, I can't see who in my comments till they say something.
Oh, them weird fans that you be talking about, huh?
Yeah. It's all love.
Don't be
man.
weird.
Like,
you understand me?
We can always change that, man. Just go ahead and put your name, put a comment in the chat box, man. So I give y'all a shout out. I want to talk to y'all. So just put your name in the chat box. I'll shout you out.
Already, man. Shout out to Matt Fry coming in hot with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Straight up. He says, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing tonight? I want to trade for Brandon Cooks and a second round or a third round pick." Yeah, the Cowboys had him on their radar too. Shout out to Samuel Rowe in the building. Shout out to Cali 2Ks. He said the pronunciation is Cali 2 Kansas. Oh, okay. Shout out to you, sir. I don't know if you ever been to the trap. Well, you know where you at now. You know where you at now. Shout out to Brian Kite over here rocking with me, man. How y'all doing tonight? Gina L. Chase, we got the crown apple and fried bologna out there for you. We got you, man. We got you. Shout out to Double R with the $2 super chat. He said, give a shout out to Big Matt for feeling better. But yeah, man, we need you right, Mr. Max. You know, we praying for you. We praying for you. We praying for you, man. Got a bug trying to attack me. All these lights around here, unfortunately.
Landlord say you got an Eagle fan trying to take him down, man. You know they little gnats.
Yeah, them little gnats. You know, gnat, like Kodak say. They over here trying to be annoying, you know what I'm saying? But man, Mr. HTM, we in the building talking about these free agents, you know what I'm saying? Possible free agent targets that we got over here in Cowboy Nation. Who you want to crank up with, man? You want to start with Keenan Allen or you want to start with T. Higgins? How you want to get down with it?
Man, so I actually want to start on the defensive side of the ball, man. Right? There is one guy that I think can come in and immediately improve our secondary this off season. He's somebody you ain't got to trade for. He should be a free and clear free agent. And he coming off a slightly down year. So we can get him for under a king's ransom.
So you saying day one he gonna crank us up. That's what you telling me.
Day one he's gonna be day one, like really he could be there could be some games like this guy could be your best corner sometimes.
Okay, shoot. Who we talking about?
Man, we talking about the original ball thief, man. We talking about the original ball hog. We talking about Marcus Peters.
Ooh. Nah. Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He says, feeling better tonight. Thanks for the love, guys. Love you guys. We love you too over here in the trap. You know you the goat of the trap, Mr. Matt. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, sir. But man, okay, you said Marcus Peters. I've been hearing some mixed emotions, to be honest, about Marcus Peters. I heard a lot of people over there in Baltimore been talking a little shady, but you got to watch the film to get the real take. So what have you observed from Mr. Marcus Peters that make you want him to be a Cowboy? You know we America's team.
We are America's team. The most watched, the most hated. Y'all don't like us, but y'all tuning in every Sunday.
What you want? What have you seen for this young man?
Man, listen, Marcus Peters is still Marcus Peters. The only thing that has happened with Marcus Peters is that he's been injured. Right? He did not play at all in 2021 because he tore his ACL. He came back this year, and just like with Michael Gallup, he was not himself yet. But as the season went on, like this man got more into form. Right? This man started playing better down the stretch. And you already know the Dallas Cowboys don't care nothing about signing somebody that's injured, right?
Facts.
Me and you both know this. Like, matter of fact, everybody that's injured right now, you need to go ahead and take a major look at them and see, they probably going to end up on the Dallas Cowboys radar. So, yeah, man. So, like, Marcus Peters, he tore his ACL and all that. But, Dallas Cowboys, Malik Hooker right now is on this team after having numerous injuries, after barely being able to stay on the field, and we be able to keep him healthy, right? We made that leap of faith on Jalen Smith, and y'all didn't want him in Dallas not because he wasn't able to play. We kept him healthy. Like y'all wasn't happy with how he played, but we got the most out of Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
Right. So like when you look at like our we really have never missed. Like we're being honest, look at how we done with injuries. Even with drafting guys, we hit on Damon Clark. He had back issues. We hit on him. And you being honest with it, LVE, he may not be the best linebacker in the world, but he was an All-Pro at one point.
Yeah.
So like we really have not missed on guys with injuries, because even guys we did not keep, past the time they were with us, right? Like Randall Cobb, extensive injury history, stayed healthy in Dallas, had one of his best seasons in a long time with Dak Prescott, went on, got a big contract with the Houston Texans. But like we have one of the best medical staffs in the NFL. And like when we talk about signing a guy with a couple of injury issues, like that is actually an asset to have, to have that medical staff that we have.
True. We have one of the best there is in football, probably the best. You know what I'm saying? Just not being a little modest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say the most cocky thing ever, and then say you're modest about it. But you know what I'm saying? I could be worse. But yeah, man, I think we have made sure we taken care of everybody that we got. If it had any kind of medical threat, the Cowboys usually get the best out of them guys. You know what I'm saying? And usually do well. We always flip them guys too. So I'm sure that anybody on a health type radar, the Cowboys don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys looking at that like, we got Mr. Dollar Bill Jones now.
Dollar Bill! Shut down! Pay no country bum not
You know Dollar Bill Jones ain't trying to pay them country boys nothing. So what's the best way to satisfy his appetite to be cheap and our appetite for getting a better player, which is finding somebody who got a little history, maybe some criminal activity, some nefarious activity, or somebody with an injury history. Them your only two options when you're dealing with a cheap guy. So we gotta hope for the best case scenario. Yo, shout out to the hoodlum, man. You know we trapping, sir. You know we trapping, sir. But yo, you know we gotta look for the best case scenario when it comes to these players. You either get an injured player or a player with baggage. Either way. Right. So when it comes to Stephen Jones, those are the options you looking at.
Right. So, you know, that's why when we first started talking about free agent wide receivers, that's why I didn't talk about nobody else but DJ Chark. Like, he has all the measurables and he has injury history. That's somebody that fits right into the mold of what the Dallas Cowboys like drafting. So, you know, on the other side of the ball, you know, we got to be honest with ourselves. Like, we're not going to spend a lot of money in free agency probably. I want us to, but there's some more key guys that we can get in here that will elevate our defense. Absolutely. But at the same time, you know, like when I think about the mold and how they usually go about picking players, like guys that were great before or have gotten older or have gotten injury prone, like those are the guys we usually draft. Marcus Peters, right? He missed a whole season with an injury. You know, he was hobbled and didn't play well, you know, after coming off of an injury. So, you know, like he would probably be somebody right along those lines. He's going to be 30 years old. He's not going to be the man to be the highest paid corner or anything like that in the NFL. And he's an instant upgrade over everybody else you got. He's better than Anthony Brown, right? And he's damn sure better than Boss Man Fat. We know he's better than Nashawn Wright. And, you know, I'm not going to disrespect, you know, like DeRon Bland or Izzy, because them guys mostly play slot corner anyway.
True.
So, like, just like the guys on the outside, because both of them can still play and contribute. But, you know, like Marcus Peters will be taking over for Anthony Brown. He'll be taking snaps from Nashawn Wright. He'll be taking snaps from guys like that. So, you know, like, I think it makes complete sense. Because, you know, like, he's a guy that when you give him ample opportunity, he's just like Trayvon Diggs. You throw at him too much, he's going to get interceptions.
Okay, yeah. He is an aggressive corner. But, you know, I would like Marcus Peters because he is like the perfect person to put opposite of Trayvon because he limits your opportunity. He like, okay, most people gonna target whoever opposite of Diggs, but you can't do him like that. That's what made DeRon Bland be a little more productive than anybody would have thought because he actually got ball skills and then they kept trying him. You know what I'm saying? And Bland was aggressive. He was stepping on them. So, hey, if we get another guy that can do that and maybe kick Bland into the inside to the slot, I believe you got a whole ball hawking secondary now. You know what I'm saying? Now we can rock out.
Mm-hmm. He said Bradbury, cornerback. Yes, he's from the Eagles, but he damn good. But this is the thing. Bradbury is healthy, and he just made an All-Pro team. Like he's already outside of the Dallas Cowboys price range when you think about what we were
out of Stephen Jones price range. Might as well say that.
And think about it like this: we are probably finna have a contract dispute with our number one cornerback. There is no way we can sign Bradbury for what he want and then try and nickel and dime Trayvon Diggs. Like that's backwards.
Cause that's exactly what they gonna do. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? They gonna try to play with my boy. Now. Yeah, they up there devising a nefarious plan to play with Trey right now. So yeah, man, I know people said they was against. Somebody said I'm tired. I'm sick of talking about these receivers, but man, look, that's what I said. You know, I am a receiver, so you know I'm gonna be a little receiver biased. Well, I was one, not right now. I'm a tight end at this point. But
my boy Kelvin Benjamin.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm who I am. I'm Kelsey little brother right now. But you know, I'm nice with it though. But yeah, man, so I have to talk about him because I feel like what was our biggest need? This is the argument I have. You know what I'm saying? Like defense was solid. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback 2 got picked on, you know, so we can improve there. But what was the biggest hurdle that this team had to overcome to win in that game? It was obviously the offense. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
one could argue that Kellen Moore was holding us back more than anything. Now, you can make that argument about the offense.
See,
Yeah,
more than one thing can be true at the same time.
true.
Like Kellen Moore was holding us back, and we do need better weapons.
Yeah, so both two things can be true at once. So, yeah, like if you tell me, man, Kellen Moore just didn't use our players right, I can agree to that. But that still don't mean that we can't use an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna hope for the best, bro. Look, I'm one of the biggest guys there is when it comes to Michael Gallup. That's my guy. I was one of the people that were fighting for Michael Gallup. But Michael Gallup just didn't show up this year. Like, I know he's like dealing with the injury. But you know what I'm saying? If he wasn't ready, we shouldn't have put him out there. You know what I'm saying? That was us wrong on both ends. He was wrong for going, and we was wrong for pushing him out there. So we need to find a solution. Like, it is what it is. CeeDee Lamb definitely needs some help over there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and NFC, like we had a lot of needs, right? But when you think about what we did, we made the wide receiver position weaker when we didn't have to.
Yeah.
Right? We traded away Amari Cooper, signed an injured Michael Gallup, and then we also let Malik Turner walk, and we also let Cedric Wilson walk. So we went out our way and made the wide receiver room worse, and then we did have issues along the offensive line as well in terms of pass blocking, and then we had issues schematically with Kellen Moore's play calling and scheme. So we had a bunch of different issues. So,
and like I said, you can live with the way the defense played. You know what I'm saying? Your defense played ball. They held their own. But the offense didn't have enough horses to get the job done. Michael Gallup was a no-show. Dalton Schultz started doing bonehead stuff down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of things that held us back. So, I mean, I can understand you saying receiver wasn't our biggest need, but shit, I guarantee you can't argue it ain't at least top two. If you say our biggest need is what? Offensive line? That's the only other thing I'm willing to even negotiate about. Know what I'm saying? Because the offensive line was in shambles the whole year. So, other than that, both of them on the offense, though. That's my whole point. Like, offense was the problem.
I will also say this, though. Like we did have another Achilles heel on defense. Like, we were able to rush the passer where we get turnovers. We never were able to stop the run, though. So, like, if you wanted to say
in the playoffs, we did, though. In the playoffs, we actually, you know what I'm saying, we did better. We did decent. You know what I'm saying?
We did better because we played a team that couldn't run the ball to begin with.
True.
In the
but they run it on us, though, Hen. We got to be fair. They run it on us. Yeah.
That thing.
Lenny turned different when they play the Cowboys. So, I mean, I'm willing to criticize my team, but at the same time, we got to be honest because they run on us. Like, what other teams do against other people is one thing, but when it comes to them playing the Cowboys, we know they just have a resurgence of being able to run all of a sudden. So, I say that. NLZ says utilizing those weapons was the issue. Now, like I said, I don't know if you heard me. I said you can make the argument that Kellen was the problem and not the weapons, but do you want to put all your eggs in one basket going into the year? You know what I'm saying? You'll be betting all your money on Jalen Tolbert, on Michael Gallup becoming healthy again, CeeDee Lamb duplicating this same type of year he had. Like, you'll be betting on all that stuff with a new Dalton Schultz. Like, Dalton Schultz wouldn't be there no more. More than like.
Also, and this is another thing.
With a new offense to bat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And this thing, we can address all these issues in the offseason, right? That's the purpose of this. Like, we can add another receiver, we can add another cornerback, we can add multiple positions. That's pretty much what we're gonna probably do anyway, right? So it really at this point with the season being over, it doesn't really matter which one was the biggest issue at this point. Because we need to be trying to upgrade our roster from top to bottom anyway.
True.
Like, we can like every position on the team we can upgrade except for quarterback because there's nobody else available.
We can't really do nothing with the one we got right now, so it ain't even really worth talking about.
Right.
We can upgrade that running back. We can upgrade that receiver, and we can upgrade the offensive line. These are tangible things that we can actually do to push this team forward. I'm just speaking on the offense right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The defense is a whole nother story to me. We do need things on the defense, but we at least got reinforcements who can step up. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Damone Clark. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent linebacker. That was year 1 for him. You know what I'm saying? I know LVE. To me, I'm comfortable with LVE. I know he a free agent, but I mean, he showed me enough down the stretch to make me be okay. We can survive with LVE. I was one of his biggest critics. I got a video, like, you know what I'm saying, coming off the hip about LVE. He convinced me down the stretch that he started playing better ball. So, hey, when you do good, I give you props. When you do bad, I'm on your tail. That's how I go in the trap. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy, dog? Trap. When LVE started playing better, that's when I actually knew he was probably going to get hurt.
He didn't get hurt, though, did he?
Yeah.
He got hurt. That towards the end? He got hurt
in the Jacksonville game.
Towards the end? Oh, yeah, towards Jacksonville.
Because remember, you know, like, our bigger critique was he wasn't hitting the holes and stuff like that. But, you know, once LVE is playing downfield, like downhill, filling the gaps, putting his nose where it doesn't belong, that's when he gets hurt because he has a perpetual neck injury.
Yeah.
So, you know, so like when he playing well, like, oh yeah, that's coming.
Yeah,
there's no other way around there. If you're playing linebacker good, you're playing downhill, you're hitting guys in the backfield, you're filling gaps, you're doing everything you need to do. You're putting your body on the line then. Like, he was playing a little timid to start the year, but you know, once he started playing downhill, like, oh, he probably get hurt.
See, well, let's do an exercise. We're gonna do an exercise. When it comes to the players we got, I mean, we can do each side of the ball if you want to. Like, we know that it's a certain amount of things that we can improve upon on this team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We know that. So we can just name them and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We can just name them. Like, we know that we need what? On offense, we definitely need to upgrade our offensive line. It was too many injuries. It made us shuffle, play musical chairs. We know that. We definitely, Michael Gallup was a no-show. That's why I say receiver is definitely a place you got to upgrade. Zeke was not Zeke anymore. Tony Pollard is hurt. So running back is almost another position of need for me. You getting rid of Dalton Schultz. I feel like Ferguson, more than likely you're going to get rid of Schultz. But I feel like Ferguson can fill that void, but that'll be you gambling again. That's a gamble. That's a bet that you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, that's pretty much the whole offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of holes to me. So, okay, you go over to the defensive side.
Noah Brown is gone, too. We got to think about that.
Yeah, Noah Brown going to be gone. Yeah.
And T.Y. Hilton is a free agent. So, like, there's two guys that contributed a lot to your passing offense that probably not going to be back. Then you have to re-sign Terrence Steele. Or, you know, because he's injured, you might have to go out and find another right tackle. Then you still need to see what you want to do at your other guard position because you've been playing musical chairs there. Like you said, are you going to leave Tyler Smith there at guard? Or are you going to – I don't know. They confused me what they want their offensive lineup to be along the offensive line. They put so many different combinations out there. I'm not even sure if they know what the hell they want.
That's my point. See, offensive line is definitely a need, bro. It's a need. But like I'm saying is, okay, I don't necessarily want to draft a receiver anyway. But I do know that we need, you know what I'm saying, we need wide receiver help. But I'm not too fond of trying to get it from the draft either, though. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. Chris Davis says, "Send me that good." What you mean that good? Because I don't know what to expect from Semi. Like, it's too many unanswered questions. And then think about that. That's what's alarming for me on the offensive end. What we had coming into this year, Hen. Unanswered questions, right?
A lot of them.
Is CeeDee Lamb going to become a number one? That one worked out for us. I felt like he was, but hey, that was a gamble, That was a gamble. That was a big time gamble. What if CD didn't have this incredible year? We would have really been bad. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you look at that. They gambled on Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. That didn't work. They lost that one. That was an L. You know what I'm saying? That was an L. So, we don't want to come right back into this new year with a whole lot of unanswered questions again. I don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I want to have some things that I can that's tangible that I know that we going to be better at. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think we at with it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. So, like y'all already told you about Marcus Peters. Matter of fact, because we segued a little bit, let me, you know, I'm the number guy, so I can't just talk about a person in theory on bringing them in and not give you like analytical reasons on why to do it. Right?
For sure. Give me some of that heat then. Let's get it.
All right, so let me get this pulled up real quick, and then we're gonna lunch off on that. All right, so take this with a grain of salt, because you know, like I don't always agree with PFF rankings, right? Because they be giving letter grades for stuff. I did not like their grade they gave Trayvon Diggs. This man led the league in interceptions, and they had my guy graded way too low.
Hated him out.
But hated my boy out.
Shout out to Double R with the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Says T.Y. Hilton and Callaway wide receiver. That CD's help. You got to bet on that, though, Double R. You got to bet on that. You're a gambling man, I believe.
And they still got to sign T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
So y'all be talking like T.Y. Hilton like he's on the team. Like,
yeah, he was signed for what, 5 games?
Yeah, like you just gotta sign this. You gotta sign this man back still, and he'll be 34.
Shout out to One-Handed Bandit with the $4.99 for your mind. I appreciate you, sir. He says, I don't think we need a wide receiver in free agency. We do have Simi, Turpin, and Tolbert. Who you a betting man who would do great in this offense, but we should get one in the draft? I see your mindset, because you saying like you seem to be a little more higher on the wide receivers that we have, so the urgency ain't the same from you to me. I understand you. But I just want something tangible, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want something tangible. They tricked us like that last year, One-Handed Bandit. I ain't going for it this year. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going for it this year because they got us like that last year. So I just, like I said, bro, look, check this out, One-Handed Bandit. This one thing I want to say. Then I'm gonna give it back to you, Hen, so you can hit them with the numbers. But look, One-Handed Bandit, we gotta go out. We gotta operate out for hope and optimism. The Eagles, them boys went and got tangible things. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Eagles went and built an all Madden team.
That's what I'm saying. They went and actually. Yeah, we don't think about that One-Handed Bandit. I'm optimistic about them players. I won't say I'm high on them because, to be quite frank, Simmons ain't showed enough. Turpin ain't showed enough as a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to count them as birds in the hand. You know what I'm saying? Them gonna be birds in the bush. And then think about this. My mindset, see, I understand your mindset, One-Handed Bandit. I want you to understand mine. Okay. My mindset is like, okay, if those people prove to be proven commodities, if Michael Gallup becomes Michael Gallup of old, if Turpin becomes this gadget crazy guy that's just burning everything up, if Simi becomes this big time red zone threat, let all of that stuff be extra. You know what I'm saying? Let that be a plus to what we go acquire. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bet it all on that. That's my only thing. I don't want to hope and pray that all of these things fall right just so we can be competitive. Because if we go get somebody if we go get somebody proven, we'll know what we need. We'll know where we at. We'll know where we stand as far as talent go. But if we go out for these people that's unproven, you know what I'm saying? That's like what? That's like putting your money in a bank you ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what's up with it. Yeah, you gotta check your references one-handed bandit. You ain't just gonna send me your whole bank code and you ain't never met me before. You know what I'm saying? You wanna know what's going on. Like you can assume what it could be, but you wanna have a good indication on what you gonna get. That's all I'm saying. But go get them, man.
Nah, just to piggyback on that before I jump into the numbers behind Marcus Peters. Like you can't look at the landscape of what's going on in the NFL and then turn around and ask these role players to elevate their games to what the other people have. Like you can't look at the Eagles roster because they went out and got a already certified Pro Bowl receiver to pair with a Heisman winner to pair with a All Pro tight end, right? So
yeah.
they got all kinds of weapons on there because what they could have did. You know, if the Eagles did what the Cowboys did, they would have just asked Quez Watkins to step up. Instead of asking Quez Watkins to play above the level he is already playing at, they just went and got another receiver that's already proven he can do it.
Wait, Hen, wait. That was a bomb drop. You got to say that again. That's when you equate our logic to what the way the Eagles have been operating. That's what it sounds like to them in they language. Let Quez Watkins step up. Let such and such. You know what I'm saying? These back burner people that's on the bench, like, we got to get out of that mindset. We know that the Jones is so cheap that they don't want to give us nothing. That's why we behave this way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Matt Fry with another $2 super chat. We appreciate you, sir. Trap. He says, I want a proven wide receiver too, like Brandon Cooks. Facts. Yeah, we got to have somebody that we know that's a proven commodity.
And listen, if you're talking about measurables, like Quez Watkins, you know, theoretically has better measurables than the guys y'all asking to step up. Like Noah Brown doesn't run a 4.3 like Quez Watkins.
Yeah.
Like that's really a guy that could have stepped up for them, you know, or they could have put that burden on him. They didn't ask him to do that. They didn't even ask. Think about this. Let's go even further. Devontae Smith was their first round pick. They did not like the way he was progressing at being a number one receiver, so they got another guy to come in and be a number one receiver.
Yeah.
So like they could have asked all these guys to do more than what they're accustomed to. So instead of putting an extra burden on their players, they went out and got a big time player to make everybody's lives easier.
Yeah.
Like Devontae Smith's life was easier.
Yeah.
Than AJ Brown.
To your point, that made Jalen Hurts' life easier. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Man, y'all seen the Super Bowl just like we did. Them boys was wide open right here. Them boys was wide open. I'm talking about when I seen Jalen Hurts throwing the ball most of the time, the only tight window throws that I seen that he had to make was to the tight ends, right? Yeah, to the tight ends. To the wide receivers, they was wide open. Shout out to Boss Cowboy Sports in the building. What's happening, sir? What's happening, sir? Hey, he ain't just hit him with a mic drop, though. Like, that'll be just like asking them to hope that Quez Watkins gonna step up. The Eagles said, screw these guys. We finna go get a proven commodity. We finna go be aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Minshew got 355 yards versus the Cowboys and 275 versus the Saints. Her average is 242. Yeah, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that roster is great, right? That roster is great.
Yeah.
So you need to want to do the same thing for the Dallas Cowboys. We would have been in such great shape if we just didn't trade away Amari Cooper. Because we would have still had a proven route runner. We would have still had CeeDee Lamb. We would have still had Dalton Schultz. And we would have had Dak Prescott, who was another year in the system, would have been another year better. Right?
Yeah.
He would not be out here trying to force all these tight window throws. Right, he probably would not have thrown 15 interceptions if he had better receivers.
Facts. That's what I'm telling you. Like the talent made Jalen Hurts' life way easier. You know what I'm saying? Like Boss Cowboy Sports. I know you seen the film. Man, this dude had them boys was wide open, man. Them dudes was like 6-7 yards open. When you seen Dak throwing in anything like that? CeeDee Lamb, the only person that got separation. Know what I'm saying? Like everything else was a needle in the thread type throw. Know what I'm saying? And so especially the people that's down on Dak, you should be really championing for weapons. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Oh, you're a callback." What you mean? You good? I don't know. We got to get us a show, though, boss. You know, we got to get the people what they want, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we get together, it's magic. But, yeah, man, like you said, dang, I lost my train of thought. What we were just talking about?
We were talking about adding premier players to make people lives easy.
Oh, yeah. Look, if you give Dak all them yards of separation, now first of all, though, they did have a gangster offensive line too. So that's another thing that makes Hurts' life way easier. But you got people who don't really know how to evaluate this stuff. They just say, Hurts is better. Hurts is better than Dak. Excuse me. And I guarantee you them was the same people Dak rookie year that was praising Dak. But now they down on him. You want to know what Dak had his rookie year? He had a super gangster offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And he had a couple weapons. And he had a great running back. Does that sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? The Eagles don't have a great running back, but they have a capable running back. And they have a great offensive line. And they got 2 great receivers. So, I mean, he had much more than Dak had. Just imagine if Dak had 2 great receivers, we probably would have got to the Super Bowl that year. Dak had an old man Witten. You know, Witten was on the tail end with Dak. Dez was on the tail end with Dak. And Dak did all that and went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. So if you would have gave Dak, if we would have had an opportunistic front office and would have been aggressive and seen Dak on a rookie contract and did like every other GM in the world do, what they do, when they got a good quarterback on a rookie contract, what them GMs do? Please fill us in, sir.
Whipping them up. Because look at what they did with Kyler Murray. They went out and got Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, while he was on his rookie year.
Who they got Dak, y'all? Who they got Dak?
Nope. Listen, they didn't go get Dak Prescott anybody until 2018. And it was halfway through the season when they made that move for Amari Cooper. But 2016, they had Dez Bryant, who was injured for part of the season and was injured playing through injury in 2017. In 2018, they let Dez walk and replaced him with Deontay Thompson and what was it? Not Keenan Allen, but
talking about when they tried the wide receiver by committee.
Allen Hurns.
Yeah, Allen Hurns and third round rookie Michael Gallup. You know what I'm saying? That's what they went and loaded Dak up with. And Dak still got you the best out of that. Know what I'm saying? Dak ain't never had a losing season, man. Y'all better quit playing with that. Dak was hurt. That's the only time he had a losing season. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all quit. Y'all don't know what y'all have until you don't have it no more. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to Washington. They talk a lot of crap about us, but I bet you in the back of their mind, they like, man, I'd love to have Dak. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. He says, put weapons around him before he's get paid. Smart move. We should have did that, Matt, but the front office dropped the ball. That's what we just went over that. Every other team that had a quarterback on a rookie deal went and loaded that team up, and they got the ultimate success. Look at what KC did with Patrick Mahomes. They made sure they had some great talent around him. Know what I'm saying?
Patrick Mahomes came into the situation to Tyreek Hill, to Travis Kelce, and then the very next year, his second year in the league, they went and got this. It was like his second or third year. His third year in the league, they went and got him Sammy Watkins for us to be his third receiver.
Look who they went. We got another example right in our face. Look at Justin Herbert. They went and loaded this boy up, even though we ain't even got to talk about the offensive side of the ball. We talking about the team too. They went and did everything on defense. Them boys went and spent the bag. They went and just did everything they could possibly do to win. Now, it didn't work out. That's the risk you take. But look how aggressive teams are with a quarterback on a rookie deal. Look at what Seattle did. The blueprint has been out there. The Cowboys just ain't listening. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
What's up with you, Lucky Johnson? I appreciate you tapping in with me, kinfolk.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, most of the other teams, they made sure they loaded up they quarterback on a rookie deal, and they got ultimate success. I believe Russell Wilson was like one of the first ones that kind of was like the catalyst for that type of attack. You know what I'm saying? That type of plan. Because they did it and got the Legion of Boom and got a championship out of it. Went to another one and lost. You know what I'm saying? The blueprint has been out there.
Yeah, because you got to think about it was him. Hell, even Aaron Rodgers on his rookie deal, he had all kinds of weapons.
Yeah.
Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson. Who else he had? Like he had a bunch of great receivers. You know when he was able to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He said, "Shut up, my landlord. Since you stay on my hill." Hey, I asked you where you sent it at. Did you send it on Twitter? Let me know. But yeah, man. So let's talk about a couple of more of these free agents that we can get, because I think we kind of drove our point home that the Joneses didn't do what was necessary to get us over the hump. Like they tried to make Dak do it with the bare minimum, basically.
Oh, I forgot to even give you the numbers for Marcus Peters. So I'll run through this real quick, and we'll talk about somebody else real quick.
Okay.
So just so you know, last year he had a coverage grade of 69.5, which is still great because like that is still about a C average.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually still above like the league average. For coverage, he only had one interception. But you know what's crazy? That was the first time in his entire career that he did not have multiple interceptions in a season. In his entire career, that was the first time he did not have multiple interceptions in a season.
And he was with Baltimore, right?
He was with Baltimore.
Who we got? Marlon Humphreys over there on the other end.
Yeah, they had Marlon Humphreys. And remember, he was playing hurt as well, right? So we're gonna also keep that into consideration, because this is a guy who has 32 career interceptions in his career,
and he's also up in age just slightly. Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. We appreciate you, sir. The goat in the building. He says, I hope I'm wrong. Get Brandon Cooks, but care more about money than fans. It's sad. Yeah, the Joneses, man. It makes me sad. But yeah.
Hey, Lucky Johnson. Yeah, we already talked about that. He said we are not getting any top name player. We need to focus on average or cheap older players. Well, what you think we were doing?
Man.
Why you think we talk about Marcus Peters? We've been talking about Marcus Peters and DJ Chark. We in the bargain bin.
Yeah. We shopping at the thrift store at this point right now.
Yeah, man. We had TJ Maxx with it.
Yeah. But you was talking about his coverage grade and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is a guy who has 32 career interceptions. And look, I know he had a down year this year, but he has never had a super low coverage grade for most of his career. Like, he's only had a coverage grade under 60 twice, and he's been in the league since 2015. So this guy is pretty sure in coverage. He gets his hands on the ball. He's a decent tackler. So and he a dog, man. He a dog.
He a tackler too. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a very physical, aggressive corner. So you need somebody like this on your team, especially when you got Trayvon Diggs on the other side. There's so many games and tricks that Dan Quinn can pull out with having these two corners in the back. He can just with the coverage disguise, he can bait y'all into a bunch of interceptions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like this pickup.
Do they say what he demanding in the market right now?
Let me go look.
Okay.
Get that for you.
While we do that, is it another defensive player you want to talk about, or do I finally get to go to offense? You know me. I'm an offensive guy. I can't help it, man. I'm an offensive guy.
I'll tell you what. I'll do defense. You do offense. So I just did one defensive guy. You do offensive guy. Then we'll jump back over to defense.
Okay, that's a great plan. See, man, we that's why we got ATM in the trap. That's why, right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's look at one of the candidates that I would love, but you know, I don't have a whole bunch of faith in us getting him. I'm gonna just be real with y'all, unfortunately. But okay, that boy T. Higgins. Now, I know he probably gonna demand a lot of money, unfortunately. But just imagine you got a big body receiver like that opposite of CeeDee Lamb. The dude got all kind of athleticism. He been balling out with Burrow. Dak Prescott would absolutely love this man, y'all. And we really need to go pursue somebody of his caliber. I think that's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty obvious. Okay. They says out of 104 targets, that's just ranked 27th in the league. He had 74 receptions for 1,029 yards. 7 receiving touchdowns. Think about that production in Dallas, y'all. Think about anything close to that in Dallas, y'all. And he did do that opposite of Jamar Chase. But just imagine him in this offense with alongside CeeDee Lamb in a West Coast offense. I'm telling y'all, it'll be up, man. Dak Prescott to go crazy, y'all. That's a promise. That's a promise. So, okay, if you look at his production from 2022 to 2021 and 2020, he only been in the league 3 years. Like, this man had a grade, an offensive grade in 2022 was 77.1 and 84.5 in 2021 and 75 in 2020. He came out the gate as a rookie having great grades and great production. That's the kind of guy you want on your team. And he's young and his trajectory is just going up and up and up. So I feel like that'll be a great investment for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Put another weapon on alongside CeeDee Lamb, and with Dak Prescott going into this new offense, you want to have him some options, man. You want to have him some options. So I would very much so go after T. Higgins. I know he going to ask for a price tag, but I'm not letting Steven Jones condition me. I'm not letting Dollar Bill Jones get me. I'm not.
Dollar Bill!
Right. So we also got to keep in mind we would have to trade for T. Higgins.
Yeah.
So, you know, what would you give up to get T. Higgins? So, you know, because, you know, we'll have to trade for him, then give him an extension. So what would you trade for T. Higgins, and what would you give up, and how much would you try to pay for him?
Well, let me see. I let them boys get who? Are we gonna keep Tyron? You know what I'm saying? If we ain't gonna keep Tyron, they can have Tyron. And what? I might be willing to give them a first. Know what I'm saying? Or a second. We see, this is the thing about it. It sounds crazy when you talking out of Cowboy land. Cause look, the way how
I'm gonna say this, they can't get no first from me with this man on a 1-year deal. So like maybe a second.
Look at this though. Think about this. Boss, I'm glad you still here. Look at this though. The way Steven Jones has conditioned us, bro. We put way too much stock on our draft picks. We a victim of our success. We are. I know we draft well, but that makes us be a lot of like standoffish when it comes to making these deals. Like everything sounds steep because we know we can draft well. You see what I'm saying? We like 1 first round pick. We like, that's too much. Like, bro, it's a first round pick. They throwing them around like it's nothing. If you want to win, that's the price of doing business. That's just me. Like, that's the price of success. You got to go for it. Like, you all in on your quarterback, Steven Jones sound like he doubling down on that. So if you doubling down on that, you got to go get it, bro. Like, spend some money. We got to quit trying to be so cheap. A first round pick in Dallas is not equivalent to everybody else's first round pick. That's why we view the free agency market the way we do. We condition. Bro, it's a first round pick, bro. You know what I'm saying? We still got a bust in the first round pick. Instead of looking at it like we gonna go get T. Higgins for a possible CeeDee Lamb, you can also look at it like we can go get T. Higgins for a possible Taco Charlton.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's not in our head no more. You see what I'm saying? We so great at drafting that we a victim of our own success. That's what I want y'all to understand.
I want to answer NFZ real quick before we continue on this the conversation. He said, "Why would we trade Tyron Smith?" I'm gonna say this because I have no issues keeping him, but at the same time, Tyron Smith has only played 17 games in the last 3 years. So he has only played a season worth of games in the last 3 seasons. So
Hold on 1 second. Boss coming here with that foolishness talking about we like our guys. But that hurt that saying just hurt me, bro. Cause that's just saying that we ain't finna do nothing. Go ahead.
Nah, because he's only played 17 games in the last 3 seasons. So in the last 3 seasons, he's only giving you a season worth of games. So, I understand him still being one of our best players when healthy, but at this point, he's never healthy.
That's the point.
If we can get young premier talent for him that can come in and produce, like I will draft another, because we already have a future left tackle on the team. Because he wasn't even playing left tackle this year. Like they kicked him over at right tackle.
Look,
so,
this one thing I do. I like NFZ because he giving me some good content. I like people that's engaging like this. Okay, look, I trust Will McClay NFZ. Real talk, I do. But think about this: it's other things that you got to take into account when we talking about team building, sir. Like I understand your view. I'm trying to get you to understand mine. Okay, there is a timeline too you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to win now? Because we trusted Will McClay last year. But it's certain positions that's just not that certain when it comes to drafting them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might be able to gamble at a tackle or offensive lineman and say we trust him, but it's always a threat of having a Jalen Tolbert, somebody that don't produce, that don't help the team at all in the draft.
And we needed him to.
And we needed him to. Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Of course, we trust Will McClay. We know he's probably the best scout out there. But you got to think, at the same time, even if you get a young player with great potential, is he going to be this ultimate guy right now? Because we trying to win now. You see what I'm saying? Like, he might need 2 years and be a dominant player in the league. We don't have those 2 years. So that's my logic right there. So let me know if you feel what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. You don't got to agree, but I just want to make sure you understand my mindset. I feel like the timeline that we on, we must strike with urgency. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Double R with the $2 super chat.
Agreed that we need to stack up in free agency. He just don't think we're going to do it. When I don't think
we don't think so either, man. We try to stay positive in the trial, sir. Good grief. Shout out to Double R with the $2 super chat. He says, forget the draft. What he said, forget the draft. Free agents is our only hope. Yeah, we need somebody to count on right now. We don't need to be praying that nobody be good. We don't have that time. Like, your quarterback is 30. Like, he got years, but look at your offensive line. You almost doing a reload right now. Like, you doing a reload right now.
Thank God you hit on some of your draft picks for offensive line, right?
Yes.
Because Tyler Biadasz, he finally is at the point where I think he can get a second contract and deserve it.
Damn.
Right? We seen Tyler Smith. He came in and he looked good to be a rookie. He still has some issues, but he looked good enough from what the hell I thought he was going to be. So I can only imagine what he's going to be in year number 2.
Yeah, so Boss said it. That receiving class is trash. Yeah, we ain't trying to pray these people just be magical all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want y'all to get it confused when I say this window is closing. Not the entire team. We still got one of the youngest teams in the NFL. When I say stuff like that, I'm talking about some of the positions that's like critical and vital to your success, like the offensive line. How old is Zach Martin? Tyron Smith is on his way out. You know what I'm saying? We got a rookie at left tackle who we praying that he take his year 2 jump. But that's what happens if he get hurt? What happens if he regress? Like, all of these things are, you see what I'm saying? All of these things are possibilities. So that's what I'm telling you. That's why it's urgent to strike now. You know what I'm saying? You still got Zach Martin here. You still got Terrence Steele. Hopefully he can come back and be himself again. Like, your timeline is very important when you're talking about building your team. Know what I'm saying? The NBA is one of the best ways to view it. Because they'll be like, well, you're a good young player, but we need LeBron. You know what I'm saying? We need LeBron now. Know what I'm saying? Like, screw 10 years down the line, we trying to win today. So you got to have that kind of mindset. It all has to align with each other.
Right. And then you mentioned that Dak Prescott is already 30. So we don't have 2 years to wait. Because Dak Prescott, as of right now, only has 2 damn years on his contract.
And we need to be giving him the best opportunity to win. Know what I'm saying?
Right. You need to be trying to extend him or put some players around him for the next 2 years or something. But Dak Prescott's window's not even that big with us. Now he might go somewhere else to win a damn ring, but we're trying to win with Dak Prescott here.
Yeah, that'll be so sad. Know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want Dak or Micah to be another DeMarcus Lawrence.
Right, and we didn't have to live through Tony Romo going on and being successful because his body was beat to hell. Dak Prescott is still young.
Yeah.
So and he doesn't have like the kind of injuries that he had. So there is still a chance we let Dak Prescott leave, he can go somewhere else to be successful. There's still a chance, like you mentioned with Michael Parsons, not getting a second contract and leaving, and being successful elsewhere. So we need to keep these guys together and put the best team around them so they want to stay.
Shout out to Matt Fry. I don't know if I read your super chat this time. He says free agency or trade is the best shot to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, we cannot wait, y'all. It don't match the timeline. Like, we don't have a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Not in my opinion. You know, I'm just a YouTube guy, you know. But we don't have the luxury to just keep waiting, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Because this stuff is going to get away from you. You're going to look up and all your star players are going to be aged out.
Yeah. And, like, then that's why you see teams like the Lions. You know, the timeline is one of the more important things. That's why you see teams getting rid of these great players. Like, they don't fit the timeline. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you the Lions and you don't got no chance to win, but you got Megatron just sitting here. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, you just like, bro, go be great. You just let that man go be free. You don't just sit there and just make him suffer his whole career. You know what I'm saying? They don't fit the timeline.
Same thing with Matthew Stafford. Like, him and Sean McVay put together that trade package when they were on vacation. They ran into each other, got to chopping it up, and like, shit, I was trying to get out of Detroit, and they made a power move.
Yeah.
They made a power move. So
shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. He said, want great trade, sign great wide receiver, and build up offensive linemen in the draft. If Dak has time in the pocket, he's dangerous too. Yeah, I totally agree with that, sir. Totally agree with that.
All right, well, now listen, you were supposed to. Now, what offensive the guy we talked about? We just talked about T.
I just talked about T. Higgins.
Okay, so let me go out here and see.
Now you on the defense.
Now I'm on the defense. So this really could be anybody because we talk about some guys we can trade for. We just try about find people that we can improve our team with. Right? Ain't got to be a free agent.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking about trading for a defensive player. Like, there was another name out there that is less likely than Peters, but it's a bigger name. You know who I'm finna say, don't you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't even want to tease myself like that. But go ahead, do your thing, player.
Jalen Ramsey. Listen, they are probably finna go through a rebuild over there in Los Angeles. He is still a young premier defensive back who wants to play for, a contender. And that boy from the South, that boy from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Bring him back down to the South, man. That man wants some soul food. We want nothing frustration.
Yeah. I think, man, that's a dream scenario. I'll take being lackluster at some other areas just to have that type of secondary. Real talk. Mm-hmm. Like, you won't be able to have everything, people. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely sacrifice having that. You know what I'm saying? Just to have that. I would sacrifice. I'd be like, hey, man, look, We might not be able to get no big pass rushers, but hey, we got the best secondary in the league.
And we already got pass rushers.
We got pass rushers, but we ain't got the big guy in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could just draft one, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly. So like you gonna have to cut corners some places. Right?
Yeah.
Because even when you look at a team like the Chiefs, like they didn't have the best defense in the world. They spent their entire draft on putting their defense together. McDuffie was their first round pick. They one of their better pass rushers. Was the first round pick this year. So like they traded back and got all these guys that they put on their defense that actually end up contributing quite a ton this year. So like there are going to be some areas that you have to concede in order to have the guys you want. Like they signed Patrick Mahomes to $500 million contract. So of course you can't pay everybody.
Yeah. You got it. Look,
you got the best quarterback in NFL on your roster still. You didn't let him leave the building. You didn't risk losing him or anything.
Look where they cut their corners at, though. They cut their corners at Tyreek Hill. That was a casualty. That was a cap casualty right there.
And even with that, and with Tyreek Hill, you may not be able to have one of the best wide receivers in football, but you still got a decent wide receiver core. You went out and got Juju Smith-Schuster. You drafted Sky Moore this year.
True.
Right? Who had a first round grade and fell to the second round. Then you brought in Valdez Scantling, who played meaningful football at his last spot in Green Bay. So he used to the moment. He used to playing in the postseason. Right? So you went out your way and added other premier players. Even though you lost the best guy, you still added a bunch of solid pieces around that area, and you still were able to keep the best tight end in football. So
True.
you cut corners there, but you added quality volume.
Yeah, you will not be able to have it all, people. You know what I'm saying? I know it seems like the Cowboys need to have it all. You know what I'm saying? Just to get it done and overcome this toxic environment we got. But unfortunately, we can't have it all. Look at DQ. DQ made the best out of what he had. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a good defense. We got stars on the defense, but we just not loaded at every position. Like we just said, cornerback 2 is a problem. Defensive tackles are a problem. Linebackers a semi-problem. You know what I'm saying?
We don't really have them. We got safeties.
Yeah, so DQ made the best out of what we actually had. That's something our other OC failed to do. Whose name we shall not mention. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make something out of nothing. Like, we remember Papa Rod. Like, Papa Rod made something out of nothing. Rod Marinelli, whatever his name is, Mozzarella. But he really made something out of nothing when he came through, too. So, we needed that on the OC end, and that Kellen Moore wasn't capable of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If anything, like, Kellen Moore had a lot of talent because you had a Pro Bowl quarterback. You had a former All-Pro running back, another Pro Bowl running back, an All-Pro wide receiver. Look at Turpin, who ended up developing into a Pro Bowl return specialist, and you didn't get him the ball to the last play of the season. So, I think, to go on what NFZ was saying earlier, like, there were guys who could have been utilized better on the team. But, Kellen Moore needed more. So, Mike McCarthy, who has a proven system, I want to give him more to succeed so we don't have to worry about it.
True. Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat, sir. We appreciate you. He says, Edwards kid from the Bills, he's a good lineman. I forgot his name. Cut bar and save up money for him. I'm going to have to look into the Edwards guy from the Bills.
And I don't think you got to cut Barr. He's a free agent. You just let him walk. He's already off the books.
Yeah. But I got another guy on the offense. He's not available per se right now, but I think he could be somebody that we can, we can poach. We can go in, we can go in over there and be nefarious and get them from up under their grasp. You understand? On the offensive end. Mr. Keenan Allen. I really think he can do something, y'all. Look, he has a lot of injuries. We know that. He's injury riddled. We understand that. But When this man,
We already talked about injuries. We don't.
That's just sweeten the deal for the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? But look, Keenan Allen only played what? Hold up, like 8 games.
10.
Okay, he played only 10 games, but he had 85 targets, 66 catches, and 776 yards. You know what I'm saying? With 4 receiving touchdowns. So we understand that he's a hurt player, he's a risky player, but this is who we are. We got Dollar Bill Jones.
Dollar Bill! Shut down! Pay no country boy nothing!
And listen, and we're not going to act like this man is not 1 year removed from being an 1,100-yard receiver with 106 catches and 6 touchdowns. Right?
Facts.
We're not going. And think about it. This man has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5 damn 1,000-yard seasons. This man he's almost at a 10,000 yards receiving for his career.
Man, this dude is one of the best route runners, top 5 probably, in my opinion.
He's hands down.
Yeah,
probably top 3. Top 3.
He one of those route runners, and we know in a West Coast offense, Dak would love that. You know what I'm saying? Dak would love Keenan Allen because he's a natural separation guy. He know how to manipulate the DBs very well. You know what I'm saying? Even he one of them players that I wouldn't even be afraid to invest in. You want to know why? Because he understands how to manipulate DBs. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be the player that, okay, he's losing athleticism, now he ain't effective. Nah, that ain't who he is. He know how to manipulate. So even though he might lose a step, he still will be getting separation because that's what type of skill set he got. That boy, when it come to route running, that he is one of them.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not
Real
them.
talk.
I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
And let me add on to that. Like, he was the number 1 receiver, with the Chargers. He would not be that in Dallas. He would still be wide receiver number 2. And they're gonna have to be a number 2 receiver staying with him. Right? So like that opens up a lot, right?
Yeah.
To have a guy like that as your number 2 wide receiver. Right, it would almost be just like the Amari Cooper situation. You have 2 guys who spent the majority of their career as being that guy on their team. So like it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of firepower, even though he's not explosive. Like he gets open, open with his route run.
And I'm telling you, I think it'll be an instant connection with him and Dak. It wouldn't take no time to gel with them 2. Know what I'm saying? Keenan Allen he's a veteran. He know how to run the routes. He gonna be where he's supposed to be. On time, all that. You ain't got to worry about none of that with him. He like that. Like some of the best footwork you'll find in football, in my opinion. And of course, he's injury prone. Talk. We already discussed that. That's what we dealing with Dollar Bill Jones, man. You already know that now.
Also,
you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to pay them country boy nothing. So this the type of criteria that we gotta operate under. Unfortunately, if we didn't have no budget, I'd be just saying all kind of players. It's plenty of other players that I would like to go get, but we trying to be at least to a certain degree realistic under the way that the Joneses like to operate.
And think about it like this though. There's a possibility you don't have to do anything to get Keenan Allen because he
might get cut. Yeah,
he might be a cap casualty because they're talking about paying Justin Herbert, $48 to $49 million a year. So like he might be out the door just based on that principle. So you might not have to give up any assets to get him, and if you won't, you can still go and sign another wide receiver, right? Because he's a free agent, you can sign him for whatever hell you want. He's 30 years old with an injury history. He cannot demand top dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said that's a decent option because more than likely he'll get cut and it won't take no money. But like the best cheap ways that we can improve, y'all don't want to explore them. Y'all still acting sedity out here. Cause like I said,
y'all act like y'all ain't never ate a mayonnaise sandwich.
Know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never had the syrup sandwich in the trap, man. What's going on? You ain't never had the wish I had some meat on that thing sandwich. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat sandwiches. We eat sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? You got to put several M's in there. But yeah, man, like I think Keenan Allen would be a great addition to this team especially if they cut him. Know what I'm saying? And who?
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. Johnny Herrera, and this is true because you, like you said, you can cut Tyron Smith, and restructure Dak's contract and save roughly about $50 million.
And we can go do whatever we like with that money. The pie is a lie. We know that. You know what I'm saying? And then look, the salary cap increasing every year. And it's just going up and up and up. And all you gotta do is kick some of the biggest cap hits down the road. And you can make anything you want.
Nah, he said, yeah, I don't know what he talking about Emmitt Smith, but yeah,
He
everything
said
else is
what?
true.
Nah, if I ain't trapping, I'm in y'all tweaking balls. What you mean? Oh no. Talk crazy. Eli says if we get Allen, he is an instant upgrade over Gallup and whoever the third wide receiver is. Absolutely. And then think about the potential. If you can get this man with no risk, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about, y'all. No risk at all. The only risk is you pay him a little money and he get hurt. But that's a risk that you got across the board. Know what I'm saying? Everybody is at risk of getting hurt. This is football, people. So, to a certain degree, you kind of got to rule that out a little bit. Red said, many of struggle sandwiches eating here. You understand me? See, you trap word. You know what I'm saying? The mayonnaise sandwiches, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk. Y'all know about the struggle meals.
Yeah, y'all a little too sedated. You know what I'm saying? So we got to deal with what we got to deal with. I'm just trying to come up with plans to make this team better, however we can. You know what I'm saying? However we can get that done, we need to get it done. Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. Appreciate you, sir. He says, I like Cooks or DJ Chark and Allen Landlord. Yeah, I like all them too. I think Chark could be one of the more realistic ones too. He said, y'all need a call-in show. I can open up the phone, sir. That's what you telling me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they asking.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna get paid, so they would ask for.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all let landlord know if y'all wanted to crank up the calls. We can talk about this. You understand me?
Call in. We'll talk.
Yeah, call in. Even if it's just one call, we'll let you call in. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me crank these phones up. Bam. Give me 1 second. You might hear some things, unfortunately. Let's see.
Hey,
okay.
Landlord, let's do it like we did at the other show with Wes. Let's do the 2-minute drill. We give everybody 2 minutes to run through their spiel. We gonna set the time.
Okay, if more than one person call, we'll see. We'll just run it like that. You know what I'm saying? We'll let them rock out.
You know they're going to pour in, man. Man.
I mean, I done did show when nobody called, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll just see.
Everybody watching the show over here at HTM Sports, please call in. I want to chop it up with y'all.
Yeah, hit that line. Right. Okay, I'm finna crank it up right now. Give me a minute.
NFC. Hey, the moment he put the phone lines up, call in. We'll talk about the running back room.
Yeah, I really would like to talk to NFC.
In the conference.
Hold on.
Yeah, so, NFC, you make sure you call in.
Yeah, because he's
still in here. Call in. Johnny Herrera, call in.
He got some good talking points.
Call in, man. Y'all got good talking points. We want to chop it up with y'all.
Yeah.
2-minute drill.
All right, hold on. Here go the number right here, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Bam. There go the number right there. Hold on. I'm going to add you on that thing too, Hen. Let's do it. Bam. Hold on. Bam. Hold on.
It's over for Jordan Lewis.
Hold on. That's the number, y'all. So
that's the number and the access code.
Yeah. Go on, tap in with your boy. Hold on, let me get him in this thing. So, bam. We waiting on the call. I won't call in tonight, but soon, landlord. What a guy that said, Cali to Kansas, go ahead and call, sir.
NFZ, the number's up. You go ahead and call in, man. Let's chop it. Because I'll answer your question live on the show.
Okay. 803, you live in the trap. What's happening?
What's up, fellas? It's Coach Mar, man.
Oh, what's going on, Coach Ma? What's happening?
What's up with you, brother?
What's going on with y'all fellas, man? Listen, man. I got two guys that I really covet, and I know y'all. I know everybody's looking for a wide receiver, and I think we will pick up a veteran wide receiver. I just think our offense is going to get a lot more production out of our tight ends and our wide receivers, and I know that trying to pick up a guy that's a big name, I just don't think that the Cowboys are going to have two. CeeDee Lamb is going to get $20 million or over $20 million next year. I just don't think the Cowboys are going to have two receivers on their roster that's number one receivers getting $20 million. So that ain't going to happen because there ain't no other team in the NFL that got that. So
Jonathan, Cali to Kansas.
So, but the two guys I have on my list, Javon Hargrave from the Eagles. I want to say that, he's from my hometown. He's from South Carolina State, so, I got a light for him, but he's a dominant guy in the middle. And Damian Harris, running back out of New England.
Yeah, that's the Bama boy. Yeah, he nice.
Yeah, Damian Harris. I think he could. That could be a guy that's not gonna get the big money. I think we can get him in there for not a one of those low budget contract, but I think a very good price. He's gonna give you passing game and the running game. I think he's gonna give you everything that you're gonna want of a complete back, and he's gonna give you that run. A great guy for running. If you're gonna move on from Ezekiel Elliott, you got to replace the running back room, and I think Damian Harris will give you that complete running back, and he can put up some yards. He's good as a short yards runner. I think he could be a great pickup, but again, that dominant guy in the middle, with Hargrave, that's a guy that can affect three levels of football.
True.
The dominant nose tackle, defensive tackle can dominate. That can make your linebackers better. That interior pressure can help your edge rushers get home and set the angles for them, as well as a guy that got 11.5 sacks that's averaging about 5 to 6 sacks a year can help your pass rush as well as help your defensive backs in their coverage.
Them some great points, Coach Mob. I like the fact you said. Oh, go ahead.
And one last position I think we need to address. On Boss Cowboy show a while back, I brought this up, and it's amazing that I seen on the show where they were talking about there may be a Malik Hooker might be a casualty being cut. I said that about 2 or 3 weeks ago because of the fact we need more speed over the top. He's not affecting the passing game, and I think our cornerbacks would be well served better if we had a more rangy person over the top that can make up for some of the maybe some of the mistakes, erase some of the mistakes over top, and that would give our defensive backs a greater security blanket. And I think this year over the top they had really no help because I think we had a safety that didn't get really no interceptions and never really was involved. I just think Malik Hooker's good, but he don't have the speed anymore. And if we got a chance to get the guy out of Buffalo, which is people are talking about, they want him to come to Dallas. I think it's people, and that's Pryor. That would be a great pickup for the secondary because he's an all-pro guy, and he seems like he wants to come to Dallas. I know he's a little older, but that can help our defense out a great deal.
Yeah, those some good points. The only one I give a little pushback with, I love Damian Harris, but it's so many running backs in the draft that you know what I'm saying. I don't see them really spending that money. But everybody else like Hargraves and upgrade Malik Hooker, like, cause that's an upgradable position though, Coach Ma. But man, you know I really want you to call back another day, man. But I got a couple of callers. Let me get to these people, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Y'all,
Call,
man, keep doing what y'all doing, man. Keep pushing, man. And I'll be hollering at y'all, brother. I'll be in the chat.
Already, man. I appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate the love, kinfolk.
All right, brother.
All right. Y'all forgive me. I don't know what order it came in, so I'ma just hit one. Y'all forgive me. 602, you live in the trap. What's happening?
Landlord, what's good with you?
What's going on? Who on the line with me?
Man, it's DP Johnson from Arizona again. What's good with you, kid, folks?
Okay, what's happening with you, man? What's going on? What you got for the show?
Man, chillin'. Yeah, you was talking about folks that people want to go. I enjoyed the wide receiver conversation in the chat. I called Boss Cowboy show a little earlier, and the name I put out to him was Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker out of Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah, I seen somebody else. Matt Fry said something about him too. Yeah.
Yeah, know what I mean? Tremaine, he definitely would fit Dan Quinn mold. Know what I mean? He a 6'4", 240+ pound linebacker with 4.4 speed and long arms. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds wonderful to me.
To me, the thing about it is, I know everybody loved LVE, been here for LV1 the Suns. Know what I mean? But we asking LVE to lead a linebacker rooms full of 4.4 and 4.5. He ran a 4.67 on his best day. You know what I mean? It's hard for them dudes to look up to you when you can't do what they do. It's hard to get them dudes to fall in line behind you. You know what I mean? We need to put a alpha wolf in this pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think his market value is like 11 mil right now, which ain't bad for Mike linebacker. So I think it's a move that's worth.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his numbers right now, so I agree with you. The man got 7 pass deflections. He had an interception, 6 tackles for a loss, 102 tackles combined. He only played 13 games. So, just looking at his raw numbers, and, I am familiar with the guy just from watching the Bills in the playoffs. So, he would be a great
going over
upgrade.
some numbers, I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear? You can't hear him?
No, I can't. No, but I know Henny good with numbers. I figure he's probably spitting something, man.
Dang, hold on. I don't know. You should be able to hear him. I don't know. Y'all know I'm a rookie with this.
It's all good, man.
Oh, man, we ain't mad at us.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, you made some good points, though. I wouldn't mind getting Edmonds. But, what you got one more point you want to make?
Yeah, especially you're going to bring me on right after Coach Marvin and want me to talk good sense.
Yeah, Coach Marvin go with it now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that what I think a lot of the quiet around some of our offensive line, I think they got that new coach evaluating tape, you know what I mean, the full season, the preseason, and all that. And I'm kind of sure that Mike having already done that is a good reason why Philbin is gone too. I think we have some dudes that we can definitely get rid of. That's kind of a waste of space. We also got some dudes that we need to re-sign. I think we definitely got to re-sign Steele, but I think that boy A. Collins be a good swing candidate. Some people with Lesko. But we're going to see what happens.
True that. See, I think you made some good points because we actually got some reinforcements on this offensive line. They unproven commodities, but they still, they here. So we got to see what we can do with them. So, offensive line, what if Matt Lesko make a step? You know what I'm saying? It might not be as critical to get one as we think it is. We don't know. We got to see how it play out.
And see, the thing is, too, with Collins, he only got a couple years in the league. He coming off our practice squad, so we could probably just go ahead and cut Josh Ball and give him Josh's money and be all right with that.
Yeah, I'm done with Josh Ball. You made a good point, man. But I appreciate you calling the show, man. Make sure you keep rocking with me, man. I got this one more caller. He been waiting. I think this the guy that asked for the phone. So, yeah, we appreciate you calling, man.
Hey, and tell everybody, man, quit buying in all these humbugs they selling in the media, man, trying to tear us apart.
Straight up. We got to stick together, sir. We appreciate you, though, man.
All right, bud.
Already. Okay. 620, you live in the trap. What's happening, sir?
What it do, fellas? It's Cali, Kansas, cuss.
What's happening, man? I seen you the one asked for the phone call. What you got on your mind? What you got for the show, sir?
Man, look, I'm going to keep it 100. We had a problem with play calls. Straight up.
Absolutely.
I coached flag football, and our last play was a flag football play. Come on now. Turpin didn't get a damn chance at all. Turpin was a number one top player. Bro, as soon as TP got hurt, we didn't know what the fuck to do. Excuse the language, but it's 100. I am a Cowboys fan through and through. I'm a football fan 100%. I don't care what game looks good, it looks good. But we don't have no coaching when it came to game plan, man.
True.
How the hell do you let Turpin not take the place of TP, bro?
Turpin couldn't do nothing.
They didn't even give him a chance.
Yeah, they didn't.
Man, come on. We could have called the Hail Mary.
The conference has been locked.
At least tried the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that play?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you ain't even, man. That was the goofiest. That's, man. I don't even want to be talking about Kellen Moore, bro. Like he makes me mad.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone then.
He
Now,
pisses me off,
bro. Offense. You know, I'm gonna keep it 100. We do need somebody like Sharks or I was saying Devontae Parker. He's a route runner. He's just real quiet. People don't see it.
Yeah.
And somebody similar like that, low money, he's been there, quiet. Miami, he did his thing. He had I looked at it, it was like 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns when he went to New England. No quarterbacks, but still a great player and quiet. Then you got DJ Shark, who came from the Jags or wherever he came from and went to the Lions, and he did his thing. We need something like that. Now, when it comes to defense, fatties only, man. We need that front line plugged. We need the front line plug.
That Hargrave,
Hargrave
would have been a good one too. So we went because everybody talking about Duran Payne, but we can have a decent player that does the same type of stuff without selling our soul for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like a Hargrave, fatties only, man. Come on now, we can get Calais Campbell up in this bitch. Like I said, man, we got to keep this shit 100. The problem is we ain't plugging the gaps that we need. And then over the top, just like Coach said, man, we need to make sure that we are safe over the top. We have a rangy person over the top. We could basically play single high safety and then just let our boys run tight.
Yeah.
Man, and then put Peters on the squad or a Ramsey, I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, man. See. Yeah, man. Because, it's so many things that I would do. But we gotta stay in the parameters, in the poverty parameters that Stevie Jones hold us in. He act like we in poverty. That's what he do.
Yeah. Now here's the funny thing: we dropped Zeke, we dropped Smith, we reconstructed another contract, which is Dax. That's like $70 million. I've looked and watched. That's like $70 million. Who can't we afford?
Yeah.
We can afford anybody we want.
The cap is a lie, bro. We can do whatever we want to do. You know what I'm saying? The Joneses just conditioned us to make it feel like we can't. We can do whatever we want to do.
Open the eyes. 3 players, $70 million. How many more can we move around to make more? That's all I have to say. 3 players. 3.
Facts.
Tyrone for 17 games, $20 million for 3 years. Come on now. Zeke for 2.1 yards and maybe 9 touchdowns because he can get over the 1-inch yard. Most people's peckers are that big in the cold.
Hey, man, you gonna have to make sure you call, man. This one of your first time watching?
No, I always watch you, man. I just stay quiet because, people can't handle somebody like me.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through with that heat, though, bro. So make sure you get more active in the chat, man. I like to talk to everybody that rock with me, man. So I appreciate your support,
man,
sir.
From you, Law, all the boys to Vach, I watch y'all, man. And
Yeah.
like I keep telling you, I jump in and I talk my shit. Sometimes y'all just overlook it. That's why I called in.
Yeah. See, yeah, you know, if you be on my chat, I try to interact with as many people as I can. So, you know, just come through and holler at me.
Firehouse all day. We trapping every day.
Hey, tell them again. We appreciate you, sir. It was a great call, too, sir. Great call, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, that was a decent little phone session. I enjoyed y'all, man. I enjoyed y'all. Okay, let's get back to what we was doing. Let me see. Choctaw Montana sent me a draft, sent me a mock draft, y'all. So we gonna evaluate this before we leave. He just told me make sure you do it before you leave, landlord, because I have been asking them to send me some people. So, okay, on his mock.
I'm gonna critique it too.
Hey, he looking like he on fire so far. See, I can't go as deep as he went, but let's see. Well, I know him too. He got some fire though. He got some fire. Hold on, it's a first round, Mr. Choctaw went Joey Porter Jr. I like him. I could deal with him. You know what I'm saying? I can deal with him. What you think about Joey Porter in the first round, Mr. Hen?
Well, let's just take a look. You know what I gotta do.
You gotta look at his numbers, huh?
All the time. Really, it's also going to depend on BPA, things like that. But I do think Joey Porter has good pedigree. His daddy played in the league.
Yeah, he got that football in his blood. Now I love them players like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, Joey Porter ain't a bad guy. I don't know if I will spend my first round pick on a cornerback, but if he's the best player available when we pick, then Adam, man, 6'2", 194 pounds. He is from Penn State, so he probably has a relationship with Michael Parsons.
I'm actually not against that one. Because I know he's not who I want him to be right now. Because I told y'all, if y'all didn't see my take on him, he got all the physical abilities, but his feet didn't look too great to me. But that's not that bad for a young player. Know what I'm saying? So I feel like his feet will get better. I feel like DQ could probably coach him up, him and Al Harris. He might be able to change that before he even get to the season. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I think he was a little too confident in his skill set. Because, like,
you mean he let people get even with him?
Man, when they coming off the line, he don't even move his feet at all. He like, man, I ain't scared of y'all. Like, that's a good thing because you want a confident corner. But, like, in the league, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? In the league, you gonna have to be, you know what I'm saying, chopping your feet so you can change directions quicker. See, his feet was kind of stationary. I ain't like that. That's just one of my pet peeves. But I know he can get coached up, so he probably can become the corner I want him to be. Maybe in training camp with the coaches we got. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that pick.
You still might get it mid-season because you remember Trayvon Diggs was getting towed up his first season.
True. Okay, let's go to his round 2. He got Mr. Jalen Hyatt. You know what I'm saying? He got Jalen Hyatt.
That's a win.
That's a dub. That's a dub, but I don't think it's realistic no more. Because if that boy run, it depends on where he run. He ain't going to be there. It depends on where he run. I don't see him falling that far no more.
It also depends on positional needs. Because, like, there are teams that need offensive linemen. There are teams that need quarterbacks. So, like, he might fall just because of draft need. Because you remember, he was slated as being around 2 wide receiver just because he only had one good year in college.
Yeah. Choctaw might have started something. I might start doing this. Like, get y'all to send me y'all mock draft and we evaluate them on the show. I think that'll be dope. In the trap. Yeah. Choctaw might have started something. So, you like Hyatt. I like Hyatt, but like I said, the only thing about Hyatt is, to be honest, I know he got great potential. He seems like he got great potential. But it's always that element of, the unknown, that you don't know if he gonna actually become this player that you see him projecting to be. You know what I'm saying? I typically, especially early in the rounds, I like high floor players. Know what I'm saying? Cause I don't wanna bet on Dogecoin. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Cause like I like the birds in the hand. It's so many, metaphors I could use for this, but I want something that's like close to a sure thing as possible in those high rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not too certain if Hyatt gonna be able to develop into a real route running threat, like running a whole route tree type guy in the first year. I'm not too certain of that. I don't know. I ain't saying he can't, but you know what I'm saying? I would like a player who can do that. But he is a speedster. He is a blazer. So it's always a place for that in the league, especially on the Dallas Cowboys, because we have nobody that's really fast like that but Turpin, and he don't even get on the field. So,
and can I add something else to that?
Go ahead.
We're gonna be running West Coast offense. If he can run a slant, he can play for us.
Yeah, but he's a little slender though. You kind of, if you ain't just gonna trick him with footwork, you kind of got to be able to position yourself to run slants. That's why they like them bigger wide receivers running slants. Like that's why MG so good at slants, because it's more of a position type route. You know what I'm saying?
It's also a route you can run away from a guy.
True.
So,
true.
Depending on it, like with the speed he has, like he's the kind of guy that can turn a slant to a house call. So that's why I don't mind having him in there, because there's gonna be a bunch of quick passes, a bunch of wide receiver screens. So like we gonna need guys that can get yak. So I think in this type of offense, you don't necessarily need to have the best route runner. Like with what we will do with Kellen Moore, yeah, you're gonna have to run the hell out of some routes.
Hold on. Stop the show. Lucky Johnson, like, what you want to challenge me to a digital duel, sir? That's what you trying to do. You talking about
you didn't like that.
You talking about these sensitive comments, man? We know what happened against Alabama, okay, sir. We do not need you to reiterate on that, Mr. Lucky. I know what you said, and I know we know what happened, okay. I do not want to relive that trauma, okay. It is the off season. I got over it, okay. Leave me alone, okay. Don't talk about that no more. Shit. That dude smoked us, man. That boy put us in a pack. But go ahead, him. My bad, man. He touched it. That was a sensitive topic right there.
I'm also gonna add this on that it's like really the game that put him on my radar. So like the fact
who radar he didn't get on after that game,
man, everybody. Like he probably got his own mama radar. I didn't know my baby was like that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I think, Hyatt is nice, bro. He nice. I can't deny that. He tore up every DB we put on him too. I'm talking about it was more than just one DB guarding him to that game. It looked like Nick was trying stuff. But like I said, he was just super effective with one route. The fly route. He was just running straight, burning people. Gone. Shout out to Lamont with the $1.99 for your mind. Appreciate you, sir. Trap. He says, what about receiver Paris Campbell from the Colts? He's fast. Yeah. I said I had evaluated him when I did my free agent show about a week ago, and I was like, I went too impressed with his numbers and stuff, but then I went back and said, he been over there with no quarterback play, so it's hard to just judge any wide receiver over there. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he only played 36 games.
Yeah. So it's hard to really judge a receiver over there anyway, because they had a revolving door at quarterback. So I hold my judgment on a wide receiver over there. I really have to look at the tape and like see if he actually was getting open on these routes. You know what I'm saying? Because, they probably weren't going to throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback play was terrible. Shout out to Matt Fry with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He said, sign Paris Campbell. He's got potential. I like him, man. Okay. Matt Fry's like him.
I sign him over, signing back Noah Brown.
Okay, we got number 3, the 3rd round pick. He got Keandre Miller, running back TCU. I ain't too familiar with him. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't too familiar with him. You ever heard of him, Hen?
No, we're finna pull him up right now. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
pull him up because I ain't too familiar with him just yet.
All right, let's take a look at what he did. All right. He is from Mount Enterprise, Texas, 6 foot tall, 220 pounds. He ran for 1,399 yards and 17 touchdowns. His 17 rushing touchdowns with 8 in the nation.
That sound pretty good to me. He a big back. You say he's 6 what?
6 foot 220.
Yeah, that's some good size. He might be a bell cow type back too. That sound like your potential Zeke replacement right there. Is he that kind of back? Cause some backs just be big, but they don't run that way. I gotta look at him and see, is he that kind of back though? Do he run with power? Do he lean forward? Do he fall forward? You know what I'm saying? Does his vision line up? Like, I gotta see him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's some stuff, when it comes down to some of the names, you're gonna need film. I'm gonna need to look at the college PFF and all the other kind of stuff.
Yeah. But okay. Even though he was a name I didn't know, he sound good to me though. He sound pretty good. I like his size. I gotta see what his vision look like. Okay. Moving on to the 4th round. He got Andrew Voorhees. I heard of him, UFC guard. He seemed like he might be a decent offensive lineman. I ain't did no full evaluation on him. You know what I'm saying? Choctaw beast. He got a 7-round draft right here.
This man lost his mind.
He got a 7 rounder right here, man. He ain't playing with us in the trap, sir.
I like his size though.
He ain't playing with us. That boy ain't playing with us, man.
Yeah, but I like Voorhees' size. The boy's 6'6", 325 pounds. Let's see how many starts he done had.
I gotta see what his footwork look like. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't got nowhere near the offensive lineman yet.
The Morris Trophy. Let's see. He won the Morris Trophy. What is that? Morris Trophy is awarded annually to the best offensive and defensive lineman in the conference as selected by opposing players. All right, so that is an award for the Pac-12. So he won the Pac-12 conference for best. He got an award in Pac-12 for being the best lineman last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good resume. Tata up here stunned. I do this, man. We know you. We know you him. We know you him when it comes to that draft.
I'm not them. I'm him Jones. I'm him Duncan.
Hey, we respect the research, sir. We respect the research. He said, "Go watch the Natty." Oh, okay. That's USC was in the national.
He said, "Do we really cut Zeke, eat dead money, and pay TP money?" It's going to the pen because now that y'all actually mentioned it, like free agency and everything that we want to do is going to be over by the time we can cut Zeke and save money on him.
Okay, Chata. With you being a draft guru, I'm gonna have to skip some of these dudes because I don't know them. Maybe you want to pull them up. But
what's the name?
He got a couple of people I know left on here. But okay, he got Ventrell Miller out of Florida, a linebacker. They got him graded as a B.
Let's see who this boy is.
Y'all know I'm offensive guy, so defense. I looked at cornerbacks, but I ain't got to the other defensive players yet.
All right. So this is what I really do every year because, like, I don't know half these guys. They're like, listen, this is college football. There are like 100,000 folks. There's like 100,000 guys that play college football. We talk about D1, D2. So, like, there's a bunch of guys. I ain't gonna know all these guys unless they played at premier schools.
Yeah, if they played in the SEC, I might be familiar with them. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
still a stretch.
Yeah, I be deep into this cowboy world, so a lot of other stuff got on the back burner. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's take a look at Ventrell Miller. I got him pulled up. So he had 34 solo tackles this year. He had 75 total. He had 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. Let's see. The boy is 6 foot, 221 pounds.
Got some good
Let's see.
side for a linebacker.
And he has a lot of play. He's been playing since 2018.
A lot of tread on them tires.
Yeah, how old is this boy? He is
That
senior.
he been playing since 2018. That's a lot of
Yeah.
wear and tear on his body, Choctaw. That's a lot of
Let's
wear and
see.
tear though. We ain't trying to draft another LVE now. We ain't trying to draft another LVE now, my boy. No injury riddle, dude. But okay, you got some other points you want to make on him before I move on to the next guy.
Let's go to the next guy because I don't know him enough to make a solid answer.
Nah,
Not
I
enough.
got you on the dude after this one and the last guy, but Mekhi Garner, he's a cornerback LSU. Cornerback LSU. Pull him up, see what they talking about with him.
All right, Mekhi Garner, 6'2", 216 pounds, defensive back. Let's go to Draft Network. Let's take a look at his profile over there. No interceptions in the 2022 season.
No
26
interceptions. That's alarming. That's alarming for me. That's a red flag for me. I'm gonna be real.
top reasons to buy in. Can play zone and man. Good football IQ. Reliable tacker. Top reason for concern. Inconsistent technique. Does not have elite speed. Lack of ball production. Only
Uh,
runs. They only projected him to run a 4.5.
see,
Scheme fit would be covers. Scheme fit would be zone, cover 3 or cover 2 corner.
yeah, I see what Choctaw's saying. Best player available. See, that's why he in the 5th round with the stuff that you mentioned. Maybe he plays like with a different level of tenacity or something that galvanized Choctaw. But he said that was best player available at that point. So
I mean, we're in the 5th round right now.
yeah,
So
we
like,
in the 5th. Maybe
I
he's
can't be asking.
maybe he's Deron Bland. We never know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure if I go look at the run, I'm sure if I go look at the Ron Bland scouting report, they're gonna have some stuff like that on there.
Man, I might have to do that on the show. Cause that right there prove that these scouts don't be knowing what they talking about for real. You know what I'm saying?
Not all the time.
If you would have drafted Deron in the 2nd or 3rd, you would have been happy. To be a starter first year, 5 interceptions, you second in interceptions in the league. That's almost round 1 DB numbers right there.
I mean, look at some of these guys in the league right now. Right, you on our own team. Look at Dak Prescott, who was a 4th round pick. He outplayed every single 1st round pick in his draft class.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like just because somebody is projected to go in a certain round, right, it doesn't mean that they can't eventually become somebody well above that stature, right?
Facts.
So
Let's look at this guy. Now I got a good evaluation on this guy. He got
is he from Bama?
Nah, he in the 5th round, we got another. He got 3 5th rounders. Okay. In the 5th round, he got Kenny McIntosh, Georgia. I like that guy though. I like him. Kenny McIntosh. He's a big back. He run powerful. He always falling forward. He got that SEC in his blood, so he tough. You know what I'm saying? I like his skill set. He can catch the ball too. They didn't use him too much, I don't believe, in the past. But I like his vision too. He got some decent bursts for his size. I like Kenny McIntosh. Like, you know what I'm saying? He going to be one of those victims of his position. He going to be one of those players that get overlooked because it's a deep running back draft. That's the only reason he down there. You know what I'm saying? He's a good back. This man came from the national champs. You know what I'm saying? He's a good back. And they used him well.
But this is the thing they're going to look at with him, and this is probably why he's so low. Never had a 1,000-yard season. And when you look at his production prior to this year, 328 yards, 251 yards, 174 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns. So, I'm guessing this is probably the most opportunities he ever had because he had his career high in carries is this year at only 150. He did average like 5.5 yards a carry, but and he was pretty decent in the passing game too. He caught 43 balls for 504 yards.
Yeah.
Has a longer 83 in the passing game. So he's a guy. I guess you have to give him opportunity. I can't just judge him not having gaudy college numbers, especially knowing that he probably wasn't the main guy for most of his time there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like they probably ran more of a dual back scheme over there. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
that's why his numbers probably ain't gonna burst out like that. But I think he decent, especially in the 5th round. And okay, he got one guy that I never heard of. His name Teron Vincent. He's a defensive. What? He's a defensive interior guy. Played for Ohio State. My bad.
His name Teron Vincent.
Yeah, Taron Vincent. Yeah, Vincent. Coach Miles said, Henry, look up our running back Quandre Allison practice team. Look that name up. He on the Cowboys, Coach Miles? I ain't never heard of him.
Running back Quandre Allison. Let me see him real quick. Let me do that. Yeah, Quandre Allison.
I ain't never heard of that guy.
Free agent.
He must be deep on the roster.
Look like Jags just picked him up.
Dang, he ain't on the team no more, Coach.
Yeah, Jaguars picked him up 2 days ago.
Hey, we was playing around with him. Coach seen something and they didn't see it, unfortunately. The Jaguars might be a problem this year. Like, they got Calvin Ridley over there, too. Man.
His practice squad contract with us expired January the 22nd.
Yeah, that's crazy. He said Teron Woodlands now. Okay. So, you got to look up Teron Vincent. Taron Vincent. I don't know how you want to pronounce that. It's Taron. Vincent.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I found the boy. And he's an interior player.
Yeah.
Ohio
State.
Defensive tackle, Ohio State.
I'm sure that was a biased pick by Choctaw. I'm sure it was. He an Ohio State guy. I'm sure it was.
It'd be like that. So it's going to depend. Listen. He's look like he's a little bit undersized, but we'll see. So he's 6'2". Some sites have him listed at 285. Some sites have him listed at 300 pounds. Let's look at his numbers. We need a guy who's going to stop the run.
We need that trash can full of dirt.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to fit that bill, but we'll humor my guy. We're already in the 6th round, 5th round.
Yeah, we almost call him the last call for alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We playing the slow music to get everybody out the club at this point.
I would have to go to PFF to get a better understanding of him. I can't just look at the defensive tackles numbers and that they were a pass rush specialist and just get blown away. He's not going to have a bunch of tackles. He's not going to have a bunch of this and that because he's a damn defensive tackle. I have to look at his run grade and film.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get over him. And this one right here is this one of my favorite ones. This gonna cause a lot of concern. Round 7, quarterback Max Duggan, TCU. In the 7th.
Concern for what?
In the 7th.
I mean, the dude is not going to be a top pick at all.
I'm talking about in the 7th round. I don't think that's bad though. I think I develop him in the 7th. Know what I'm saying? I develop him anywhere late in the draft. I develop him. Cause I'm telling you, when I went to the Senior Bowl, bro, I could see the athleticism, and I know athleticism is just one part of being a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He did have a couple bad throws, a couple behind throws, but I did see him make the offense start going. The offense was a little pedestrian until he got in there. He started running the 2-minute offense, and it looked pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? You got to think. it's hard to evaluate the quarterback all the way when he don't know none of these guys for real. He don't have no kind of chemistry with the offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take all that into account. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I told y'all when I came back from the Senior Bowl, I said exactly that. This one of the few times I kind of agree with Jerry. Like, the dude got some potential, man. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely developmental, though. He's not going to be nobody that come in day one and do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's your quarterback in 4 years.
Yeah.
If he's good enough. You're going to extend that. He's going to be in Dallas for at least the next 4 to 5 years. If he wants to leave after that, like Duggan might be able to step in at that point. But, the good thing about it, they do have a similar style of play of being play action quarterbacks who are mobile and can extend plays. We touched on this before, right? We talked about finding a Cooper Rush replacement because he'll probably be out the door. So, in the 7th round, I'm fine with it. I actually had an even crazier take. Like, I had a crazier take of
on Duggan.
Draft. Nah.
Oh,
on the backup quarterback position in general.
Okay.
So, we up here talking about drafting a quarterback in like the 5th or the 6th. And then I actually was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, like we draft way too good to spend a late round pick on a quarterback. But think about the guys on your team right now. Like we talked about DeRon Bland getting picked up in the 5th round. Right? Because like we found DeRon Bland in the 5th round. So like what we could find another DeRon Bland or the equivalent to a DeRon Bland that can actually go out there and play for us instead of spending a late round pick on a quarterback. Because we can because my crazy idea is let's just get Will Grier, a small contract to stay because he's the mobile quarterback on the roster. He's the other guy that you can play action and do stuff with and move the pocket. Not Cooper Rush.
And then you let Ben DiNucci go to the XFL, man.
Right.
Ben DiNucci over there playing in the XFL. Good grief. But yeah, man.
I think that'd be better because just look at all the guys you picked up. Like think about look at Israel. That man came out there. He played snaps in the playoff game for you.
Yeah, and played well too.
And was ready with the run Bland. Even if you look at somebody that doesn't feel out of favor, like Anthony Brown, you got him in the 6th round, and he's been your starting cornerback for 100 years.
Man, these boys, hey, they trying to make that thing stretch. They making that dope stretch over here.
So like, when I think about it, like we draft damn too good to throw away a pick on a quarterback that we hope is never going to play for us.
I said we victims of our own success though. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah.
So, like I would just give Will Grier some money because Will Grier used to be a top 100 pick. Y'all do realize that, right? He just really has not had an opportunity to go anywhere. He was drafted by a bad franchise. He only started 2 games in his career. And, like, he's still a developmental player in of himself. So, like, with a good coaching staff and a good system, why not let him sit behind Dak Prescott the next 4 years?
Coach Mars said Jameis Winston would be available. That's my hometown kid, man. He out of my city. Well, about 15 minutes from my city. I
don't think Jameis Winston is going anywhere to try to be a backup quarterback again.
You think he ready to start again?
Yeah. He was physically ready to play this year. They just didn't let him play.
That's my point. I'm trying to see, is he gonna demand a starting role? That's what I'm saying.
That man is 30 years old. That man ain't trying to become a backup quarterback just yet.
I mean, hey, backup quarterback, some good money, man.
That man was the number 1 overall pick. That man ain't trying to be a backup quarterback.
Facts. But that was his best. That was his best opportunity, though, and he couldn't get it. This a hometown kid, so I ain't trying to dog him out. But I'm just saying,
I'm just saying
he's supposed to conquer that opportunity over there in New Orleans, though, and in some kind of way they sat him on down. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't too.
We're also talking about perception. He may not think that shit over.
True.
Like
True.
just like we're sitting here, they don't mean we're gonna accept that. Cam Newton was done being the starting quarterback. He ain't accept this.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook still think he a star. Some people,
That's the
some
point.
people
Like,
ain't gonna accept it.
Jameis Winston ain't trying to go nowhere. He can't at least compete for the job, and they would not even let him compete with Dak Prescott for the job in Dallas.
Yeah, I would love to have him as a backup though, but like,
I would with
yeah,
his skill set, like he would be an amazing backup quarterback. I just don't think he would go for that.
yeah. Choctaw overall grade for that draft was B-, I believe.
Yeah, like it was a good draft.
It was a good
good draft. You had some guys I had to Google, but like they're gonna be with any of these that we do. I don't know all these guys.
I can't go 7 deep yet. It's gonna take me at least a month before I just be, you know what I'm saying, super indulged in the draft.
I ain't looked at a lot of draft stuff. I'm still fucking on free agency. You see, we're doing the free agent stuff right now.
Yeah. So it's a lot, man. I'm trying to juggle with giving y'all content too. So, man, we been on here 2 hours rocking with y'all, man. I hope y'all appreciate the efforts. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Because we appreciate y'all watching and coming through, man. But I'm probably finna go and wrap it up, man. You got anything you want to say for here and let them know where to find yet, man?
Yeah, man. It's Henny the More on Facebook and HTM Sports on all other platforms, man. Please go and the page, subscribe, share the content. Trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers so I can put back into the platform and grow it. And hey, I just appreciate y'all for rocking with us so tough, man. We'll be back soon.
Already, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. You already know. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go. You already know. Trap. Salute.